Hey everybody, what's up? It's me, Matthew, and remember like 9 months ago when I asked you guys to ask me questions for a Q&A video? Well, I'm finally, 9 months later, getting around to doing that. So yeah, I have quite a few questions to answer, so let's just get right on into it, I guess. Okay, so the first set of questions come from Bryant Dong, or Dang. I'm pretty sure it's Dong, but I'm sorry if I pronounce any of your guys' username wrong. I'm sorry, I apologize. But his first question is, are you single? Now, here's the thing. I don't exactly know how to answer this question, and that might sound really weird because you're like, Matthew, how do you not know if you're single or not? Here's the thing. Me and this special individual have been like exclusively dating and talking and flirting with each other for like 4 or 5 months, but we've never actually like popped the question to make things official. So we do all the gross romantic shit that like couples do, but we're not like official yet. You know what I mean? So I'm not single, I'm not taken, I'm just kind of in a weird like limbo, I guess you would call it. So yeah. Brian's second question is, can you dance? Which, my answer is a definite no. I am probably one of the worst dancers in the world. I dance by myself when I'm home alone or like in the shower, but it's not anything anyone should ever witness because it's just bad. So no, I cannot dance. I wish I could dance. I'm very jealous of people who have that ability, but I am not one of those people, sadly. The last question is whether or not I can speak any foreign languages. I can speak quite a few, but I'm only going to mention the ones that I'm like most confident in. I can speak basic level of Chinese, Mandarin Chinese, not like Taiwanese. Um, and I can also speak basic level of Japanese. So yeah, I used to be able to speak Korean quite well as well, but I haven't practiced in a really long time, so my Korean is terrible and awful, and it's just not up to par anymore, sadly. So, yeah. Thank you for asking those questions, Bryant. The next set of questions come from Melanie De La Cruz. Thank you as well for asking questions. And her first question is, how did I get into bands? Now, I think my answer to this would be YouTube, honestly. When I was younger, I would always just be scrolling through millions and millions of lyric videos on YouTube, so it helped me find a lot of artists and a lot of bands that I never would have heard about otherwise. And also, my older brother was super duper into bands as well, so he introduced me to quite a few also. So, yeah. Her second question is, what inspired me to make YouTube videos? Now, the person that inspired me the most to make YouTube videos is Sarah from Manga is My Boyfriend, but her channel name now is Dating Books. You should definitely go check her out. Her manga reviews are lovely, and I love them so very much. Yeah, I've just been watching Sarah for a very long time, since I was like 11 or 12 years old. And she's honestly the person that got me into collecting manga in the first place, and I really loved her content, so it just inspired me to make my own. So, Melanie's third question is, what is your favorite food? Now, this is kind of a hard question for me because I freaking love food, girl. Like, food is my life. But I would have to say that Korean barbecue is probably my favorite. I really love bibimbap or daeji bulgogi. Those are like my favorite foods. But also, I really just love barbecue pulled pork sandwiches. Those are like to die for. So I think that's what I would have to say my favorite food is. The next set of questions come from Adrian Covey. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your username, but her first question is, how are you? And thank you for asking that. That's such a cute and sweet thing to ask. I'm doing really good, actually. I'm very happy. I'm very smiley these days. Nothing really is going bad, except I am quite stressed out just because my mom is going through a lot of health issues right now, and it's a bit worrisome, obviously. But things are looking up. She's doing a lot better today than she was a couple weeks ago. So, yeah, besides that, I'm doing very well, and I'm very happy. So, thank you. Adrian's second question is, what music did you listen to when you were a little kid? My childhood can basically be summed up in one artist. I was obsessed with Avril Lavigne. I pretty much played her first two albums on repeat over and over again. Like, she was my queen, my idol. She still is. I don't really listen to her newer stuff very much. I like a few songs, but her first two albums were just so amazing, and a lot of my favorite songs to this day are from her first two albums. So Avril Lavigne was definitely my childhood. She's so kick-ass, which is awesome. I also listened to a lot of techno when I was younger, a lot of Green Day, Blink-182, and also the band Tattoo. I was really into them. If any of you guys remember them, they're Russian, I do believe, but they have some pretty good stuff. You should check them out if you haven't. But her last question is, what is your spirit animal? And I can say without a doubt in my mind that my spirit animal is a fox. I love foxes. I have an obsession. And I was very happy because when I took the Pottermore Patronus test, my result was actually a fox. So I guess it's meant to be. So yeah. The next set of questions come from Derp, which that is such a funny username. I love it. She says, I love your videos, by the way, which I love you too, Derp. Thank you for saying that. Her first question is, what do you put in your ramen? Now, when I eat ramen, I normally nowadays eat like a kimchi flavored ramen, so I don't really add anything into that. But back in the day, I used to eat chicken ramen like all the time because that was like all we had in the house. So you find ways to spice that up. Typically, I would usually put green onions in it, maybe an egg, some sriracha, maybe some cheese. Yeah, that's about it. Maybe some garlic as well. That's always delicious to put in your ramen. Her second question is, what is your favorite flavor of pie? Now, I am not a very huge pie person. Like, everyone gets so excited for Thanksgiving because they're like, pie! But I'm just kind of like, oh, pie. Awesome. Yeah, not the biggest fan, but I do love me some pumpkin pie. That is definitely my favorite flavor. It's just so delicious, and pumpkin in general is just a very comforting smell and flavor to me. So, yeah, that would have to be my favorite pie, for sure. Derp's third question is, if you could be in any movie, what would you be in? And I know hands down right now, if I were to be in any movie, I would want to be in the movie Disturbia with Shia LaBeouf in it, because that is just such a good, wonderful movie, and I would have loved to be a part of that because it's just so good. If you've never seen Disturbia, go watch it. It's the best movie in the world. I don't care what anyone says. So yeah, Disturbia definitely is the movie I would want to be in. Thank you for asking those questions, Derpy Derp. So the next questions come from Jazz Bay. Hi Jasmine, how are you? Her first question is, what is your favorite book or novel? My favorite novel, without a doubt in my mind, is Our Happy Time by Gong Ji-young. It is such a good, thought-provoking book. It honestly changed my life. I actually have a review on this on my channel somewhere if you wanted to watch it and find out more about the book there. But yeah, Our Happy Time, such a good book. Definitely read it if you happen to find it. It's a Korean novel, and it's fantastic. Her last question is, what got you into anime and manga? The internet, honestly. Me and my best friend in the whole entire world. We were just on the internet one day and we saw a picture of Naruto and we were like, what is this? And so we searched it up and we started watching Naruto and it all went downhill from there. We were like, oh my gosh, what is this amazing like new realm of entertainment we found? And we were freaking obsessed. We were total Narutards for like a year and a half. Like it was bad. Honestly, I didn't get into manga though. I didn't even know manga existed or was a thing until I started watching Manga Is My Boyfriend. She introduced me into manga and introduced me to the whole world of collecting manga, and now I have an addiction to it. So thanks, Sarah. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Jazz, for asking your questions. The next three questions come from my good friend Dynamic Dylan, and his first question is, what are you reading or watching lately? Anime, TV, books, etc. As for TV, I'm not really a big TV watcher, so I don't really have a very good answer for you. I have been watching Gilmore Girls a little bit lately, so I guess Gilmore Girls. Anime-wise, I'm rewatching Mushishi. I've seen that series, but I decided to rewatch it, and it's even better the second time around. Such a good, underrated series. Definitely go check it out if you have not seen it. And as for books, Dylan, you're actually going to be very, very happy about this, I think. The book that I am currently reading is Tricks by Ellen Hopkins. Definitely a very, very good book. Probably one of the better books I've read in a long while. And I think I found this book at the most perfect point in my life. I think I'm reading it just at the right time. And yeah, I love this book. I love Ellen Hopkins. She's a great author. If you have not read any of her stuff, you should definitely go check it out. I would highly 10 out of 10 recommend. Dylan's second question is, what bands would make up the most epic concert experience? I have had a few concert experiences that were pretty much almost perfect because Mayday Parade and This Wild Life are two of my most favorite bands in the whole entire world, and I got to see them both at a concert at the same time, so that was amazing. I also got to see Blink-182, All Time Low, and A Day to Remember in one concert, which was freaking wonderful, even though it was pouring rain the whole entire concert, but it was worth it. Highly worth it. Amazing experience. But if I had to choose with like people that I've never seen in concert before, my all-time favorite band of all time is One OK Rock, so I would love to see them, and if I could see them with Trading Yesterday and Troye Sivan. I know that's a really weird combination, but if I could see all of those guys all at one time, I would be so happy, and I would just like combust from happiness because I would just be in heaven. Dylan's last question is, how do I solve an unsolvable problem? Now, first of all, boy, you are asking the wrong person, but how do I solve an unsolvable problem? I don't. Even like problems that are very easily solvable, I just go into a corner and I cry and I stress about it until I get sick to my stomach and I freak the frick out until the problem subsides and goes away. So I don't deal with problems. I don't solve them. I just wait for them to go away. So I'm sorry. That's terrible advice. I'm sorry, Dylan. But yeah, that concludes my Q&A. Thank you guys so much for asking questions. This was a lot of fun to review. I'm not doing a review right now. I'm answering questions. What the F? But yeah, I had a lot of fun answering your guys' questions. Definitely leave more questions down below so I can answer them in a future Q&A video. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys next time for my next video. So, bye guys!